Hi, welcome to Take 5, where we daily consider devotional thoughts from Oswald Chambers' book, My Utmost for His Highest. Today is June 24th, and the title of today's devotional is Reconciling Yourself to the Fact of Sin. This is your hour and the power of darkness, Luke chapter 22, verse 53. Existing in society today is a pervasive influence of sin. That which should be an innocent 30-minute comedy program on TV requires one to be able to think sexually to understand what is being presented as humor. Our world is torn by strife and war due to groups of people using force to gain what they want. Pornography not only is a theft of young lives, but its influence pollutes one's mind of what it looks like to be genuinely in love and respectful of the opposite sex. Chambers says not being reconciled to the fact of sin, not recognizing it and refusing to deal with it, produces all the disasters in life. Most people do not identify the breakdown of our world and culture as being attributed to sin, but that's the force behind it. O.C. says you may talk about the lofty virtues of human nature, but there is something in human nature that will mockingly laugh in the face of every principle you have. Mankind must quit being deceived, thinking itself to be innocent and virtuous by nature. Chambers points out that if you refuse to agree with the fact that there is wickedness and selfishness, something downright hateful and wrong in human beings, when it attacks your life, instead of reconciling yourself to it, you will compromise with it and say that it is of no use to battle against it. The lost do not recognize sin as being wrong or of sin even existing, for that requires acknowledgement of a God. The liberal trends infiltrating our society are actions they consider as quite natural or unable to be resisted or fought. The Christian, however, recognizes all of this as being spiritual warfare, Ephesians 6 and verse 12. Bringing this closer to home, Chambers asks, in your human relationships and friendships, have you reconciled yourself to the fact of sin? If not, just around the next corner, you will find yourself trapped and you will find compromise with it. Don't ignore the fact that most everyone in your life are not saved, which makes for their not going to think as you, feel as you, or agree with you, for their source of authority is not God. Don't naively believe that non-Christians are going to be in agreement with you regarding critical issues of life. Chambers urges us to reconcile yourself to the fact of sin. Then you will realize the danger immediately and say, yes, I see what this sin would mean. The recognition of sin does not necessarily destroy the basis of friendships. It simply establishes a mutual respect for the fact that the basis of sinful life is disastrous. Chambers here says that it's not necessary that we cease being friends with some non-believers, but we must always keep in mind where to draw boundaries in acting like and agreeing with them. Chambers warns, always be aware of any assessment of life which does not recognize the fact that there is sin. The lost are not going to view sin as does the Christian, nor respect what Scripture says to be wrong or evil, so beware of the influence they can have over you. Chambers points out that Jesus Christ never trusted human nature, yet he was never cynical or suspicious, because he had absolute trust in what he could do for human nature. Christ never felt intimidated by his surroundings, for he had confidence in being watched over by God. He never lost sight of the fact that he was in control due to his being under the control of God. Strength was always on his side, which is very threatening to the devil. Christ lived life with purpose as well as power. Chambers closes with a seemingly quite severe statement. Any person is deserving of blame if he is unwilling to reconcile himself to the fact of sin. The one who refuses to acknowledge sin and the need for Jesus is going to get what they deserve, for salvation has been offered through Christ's finished work of atonement. If you haven't yet read today's devotional, I encourage you to do so, for it will enhance the time that we spend together. It's available free online. Please share prayer requests as well as comments and questions. And now may God's grace and peace be ours as we seek to live our utmost for His highest. Thanks for being here today. God bless you. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye now.